Hey, what's up? This is Mike B with Zam.com, and I'm here with Casey Hudson, executive producer of BioWare, and we're going to be talking about the new downloadable content coming for Mass Effect 2 soon, called Kasumi's Lost Memory. So give us a kind of a general overview of what we can expect from this.
Well, a lot of people have been asking about a new adventure to have in Mass Effect 2, more story, more characters to meet, and so that's really what this is about. In Mass Effect 2, you get 10 squad members. There's another free one that comes with the game, Zaid. So this is your 12th squad member, your chance to finish your lineup of 12 characters. And so you get a really cool mission where you go out and get her. She's a master thief, so you help her perform her biggest heist ever. And it's about an hour and a half of content just for that mission, but then of course you get really an entire game length of involvement from this character. She's involved in all the different conversations, and of course she affects the end game, and you'll be able to have 12 characters that you take into the end game instead of just 11 from before.
So I'm assuming that you're going to get some kind of extra powers or something from all this with the loyalty missions and all that, so what can you tell us about that?
Right. I mean, in addition to all that stuff, you get kind of a package of other goodies with this. First of all, Kasumi has some special powers of her own. One of them is Shadow Strike, so she can actually cloak during combat, and then she'll appear right next to enemies, uncloak, and she'll hit them with her Omni tool. For a lot of enemies, it's almost a one-shot kill, and so it's very powerful, but it puts her in harm's way, so it's an interesting, different way to play all the different combats in the game. And then there's also the flashbang grenade power, which is a loyalty power that you get after this mission. So that also is a fun thing to do. The enemies use it on you in this mission, and then afterwards you can use it on them. And then you also come out of it with a new submachine gun, achievements, lots of little neat things that add to the overall experience of Mass Effect 2.
So she's not a love interest at all, right? You can't work that out into this, or is it kind of too late for that?
That's right. She, as part of the actual story, she has her own love interest that is actually part of what you're helping her find. It's her partner, and this memory chip that you're looking for was actually implanted in his brain, and you're trying to help her get closure with that.
Interesting. So let's talk about like just the future of Mass Effect 2. I mean, you guys unleashed this very, very refined piece of Mass Effect 1 where you can actually go through and add all of these new missions. You know, I mean, right now the way you meet her is through the Citadel, right?
Right.
So now you guys have this option where you can just kind of create new stories and new sidelines. Can we expect more more characters to add to the team later on?
Well, the way we designed Mass Effect 2 was it's meant to support 10 characters plus 2 that are downloadable. We had to know which characters we were going to do before we released, so we made sure we knew what their names were going to be, and we had slots for them on either end of the total lineup. And so now that we've had, one of them was free, and that's Zaid, and this is the 12th squad member. And so future stories, now that you've got your total lineup of characters with Kasumi, now we'll be able to tell other stories on an ongoing basis of a different nature. And we'll always, try and keep things different and always have new reasons for why, the next DLC is really interesting for players.
So, we have the Turians, we have the Salarians, the Quarians. I mean, we have all these really, really rich lore that goes all the way back to the Protheans and all that stuff. So what can, we expect, I know maybe 2012 or something like that. I'm really kind of pushing out. 13, maybe Mass Effect 3, right? Maybe 2015, maybe Mass Effect, the MMO. Is there anything kind of going around the office about that you could say?
That's a long way in the future, isn't it? But we do have ongoing plans. I mean, right now, our real focus is 2 things. It's supporting Mass Effect 2 with an ongoing narrative, so that, if you're still playing through Mass Effect 2 several times, a lot of people are, or you just want new content, new adventures for it, we're working on a lot of great stuff for that. And then the other thing that we're really focused on is Mass Effect 3, which we're just starting development on right now. Beyond that, that's where we're still imagining what we might do after that. We really want to create an amazing trilogy experience, and especially, I think it's really important to people understand that Mass Effect 2 is an excellent way to enter this fiction. It's actually designed to bring in new players. So if you haven't played Mass Effect 1, you don't have to play Mass Effect 1 to get into Mass Effect 2. And then now that all the downloadable content is really starting to come out. You start playing Mass Effect 2 now, you've got all this great free stuff, plus you'll be able to get your 12th squad member with Kasumi.
So is there another vehicle coming? It was kind of like hinted, I'm not sure if that's official or anything, but do we have any vehicles coming now?
Yeah, we've got a free pack coming out as part of the Cerberus Network, which is this channel of free content for people who've bought the game. And with that comes Firewalker, which is a pack that's coming out just a little bit before the Kasumi pack, actually. Kasumi's coming out at the beginning of April, and then Firewalker pack will have vehicle, and it's kind of like the Mako, but it's more agile. It's a hovering tank, and it gives you a bunch of missions as part of this new vehicle. And then we'll use that vehicle on an ongoing basis and other DLC.
So the vehicle is actually going to be something that you can actually drive around.
That's right. Yeah, it becomes part of what those missions are about. So the Firewalker pack is kind of about several vehicle missions, and then we'll start integrating that vehicle more into content that we'll get in downloadable content for Mass Effect 2 and possibly into Mass Effect 3.
Cool. So what about a Mass Effect movie?
What about a Mass Effect movie?
I'm asking all these questions I shouldn't ask. Too soon? Is it too soon?
No, I mean, there's no question that there's a lot of interest in Mass Effect feature film, but you know, as with anything, you know, we've got a dark horse comic, we've got a series of novels, and our interest is just to make sure that it's all there for a reason. You know, it actually adds to your experience, and it's all going to be high quality. So we're not going to do a movie until, you know, we have all the right partners and it's going to be really great.
Well, it's one thing that we've learned so far is that BioWare doesn't do anything unless it's done right the first time. So thank you very much, and looking forward to it.